Hey, my friend John here, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well and staying safe, happy, and healthy. And with me, we have a very special guest on the show, Matthew. Welcome to the program. How you been? We got a new shoe from Ultra we're talking about today.
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to talking about it.
And I'll let you say the name of it because I keep butchering the names.
So today we'll be talking about the new Ultra Forward Via, the former Via Olympus. So you just got to switch those words around.
I think that's where I'm getting mixed up with the naming of it. I wanted to say it the other way around. So without further ado, I will turn it over to you, Matthew, and then tell us all about this fantastic new shoe from Ultra.
So with the new Forward Via, there's some pretty significant updates from the Via Olympus 2. The first being this new midsole we have. It's our new Ego Flow midsole. So it's a nitrogen injected foam. So it starts out as a small puck. And when that nitrogen is infused with that puck, it kind of expands out and gets lighter and softer and bouncier. So you get a little bit more of that kind of softness all the way throughout the midsole. And it kind of gives you that nice kind of spring forward kind of feeling too. Super comfortable for all day wear. If you're standing on your feet all day, what have you. But it's also super light and bouncy for high paced running as well as long distance running. I'll sort of start on the bottom. You still have those inner flex grooves like most Ultras do. So you kind of do these kind of cutouts to mimic the metatarsal bones on your foot. That keeps the shoe a little bit more flexible in some of those strategic spots. And like I said, that new Ego Flow is going to be soft and light and bouncy. And also with this update, you have a 4mm heel to toe drop. So historically, Ultra has been a fully zero drop brand, but as the past couple years, you've been slowly integrating in some 4mm drop shoes, some of which have that little bit higher stack in the heel and a little bit lower in the forefoot. So with the Forward Via, that's going to be about a 37 millimeters stack height in the heel and a 33 in the front, giving you that kind of 4mm difference. That and the rocker shape of this shoe will help kind of propel you forward and give you a little bit more of that kind of pitch forward. Might be something you notice if you're not used to it, but I would say it kind of gently kind of propels you forward ever so slightly when you're running, and it's a really cool feeling. Again, with the Forward Via, we're kind of keeping with that original foot shape from Ultra. So like the predecessor, it fits on one of our original fits. So very similar to your Lone Peak and your Olympus on the trail. So it's a little bit on the roomier side. But having said that, even if you have a low volume foot, you should be able to fit pretty well in here. We have a gusseted tongue around the kind of throat of the shoe, kind of help lock in those laces and lock in that kind of fit around the midfoot. So it is a kind of a nice snug ride too, especially if you're going to pick up the paces in it. We have a pretty padded heel collar here and a pull tab in the back because that is much appreciated when you're putting on your shoe. But all of those features, I think, make for a really nice, comfortable daily trainer. And it is $160 too. So it's on the lower end of some of these max cushion options. So I think it's a really good value as well.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for that. So who would you say that this shoe is mainly intended for as far as what type of runner should be looking at purchasing this kind of a shoe?
Yeah, so I'd say the target demographic for this shoe is sort of that runner looking for a soft kind of plucker ride. Maybe you're training for a marathon and you need your shoe for your Saturday or Sunday long run, something to really absorb the impact and help you get through those kind of tougher, longer miles. I would say that's the primary customer for this shoe. But having said that, really anybody seeking kind of that all-day comfort too, as far as just general kind of use. Like, if you're on your feet all day, if you work in a warehouse, if you're working a hospital, you're just kind of on your feet for hours on end. This is a really great kind of absorb the impact type of option. So that, between that and being a long distance running shoe, I think that's sort of where you're seeing this shoe kind of fit in.
And another question I have, so we've gone from the Via Olympus 1, the Via Olympus 2, and now the Forward Via. So what has been the iterations of the shoe to get to where we are today? Why did they drop the name Olympus from the lineup?
Yeah, that's a really good question. The Via Olympus kind of family of shoes, I've gone through some slight changes, and I have the previous version here to my left. So the Via Olympus 2 was a fully zero drop shoe along with the first version. So they both sat all zero drop, all flat. relatively. Still pretty rockered, but I would say it was a little bit of a heavier shoe. It was kind of the start of this Mac cushion idea from Ultra. And over the years, we've tried to make it lighter and softer with the new forward Via. So they do fit the same, very, very similar as far as your fit, right? Still pretty roomy, still, fit those high volume feet pretty well. But really, I would say the main difference is the drop. So we've kind of messed around with the foam densities the past couple of years and tried to make it a little bit softer every year because that's what the people are wanting, right? And I really think it's pitching the heel up a little bit and kind of giving you that more aggressive sort of rocker. It's sort of what we're going for in the new version. The biggest difference between the first two and then this past one here is going to be that heel to toe offset. And it should be easier for people to kind of get into if they have never tried zero drop before or a lower drop shoe. This might be a better option than the previous.
Thanks, Matthew. One little question I have for you. Where do you feel Ultra's going to be going for? I'm putting you on a spot here. So this is going to be, let's see what Matthew's going to let the cat out of the bag. What do you think Ultra's going to be going for as far as are they going to start dabbling into 8-mil drop shoes? Are they going to start going into higher lift stacks? Where do you see them progressing from the 4-mil in this particular shoe?
I think with the birth and kind of creation of some of our 4mm drop offset shoes, I think that's good for runners ultimately. Because I think with Ultra going forward, you'll have kind of these two silos of shoes. You'll have, your forward Via, your Experience Flow, Form, and Wiles. And I would even put our carbon plated shoe into that realm, the Vantage Carbon. All of those shoes have that more aggressive rocker. It's a little bit more, I would say, approachable in air quotes. So it might be an easier transition if someone is new to lower drop footwear. And then you'll have this other silo of shoes that we will never get rid of. That will always have their kind of, roomier toe box, zero drop sort of platform. And that would include models like the Lone Peak, the Escalante, the Torrent, the Paradigm, the Temp on the trail. So we'll have those sort of core models on the zero drop side. And then we'll have the 4mm drop on kind of that newer shoe side. So whether you're a brand loyalist that has loved the Lone Peak for 10 years, or if you're that new customer coming in and you don't know where to go, we have an option kind of for everybody. But to answer your question about the 8 to 10 mil drop stuff, I think we're pretty dead set on staying in that 4 to 10 millimeter, 4 to 0mm range, and having that more kind of natural story here in our midsole.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Matthew, so much for being on the show today, and thank you for your time. I very much appreciate it. I've been running this shoe now for a little over a week and a half or so, and I can tell you that for me, with a wider foot, how I'm heel striking quite a bit, coming back from an injury, I can really feel that this type of a shoe is specifically designed for somebody like me, especially with my big kind of webby toes that I got.
Absolutely. Now you just have somewhere for those webby toes to go.
Exactly. I won't be doing any videos of the webby toes with the shoe, but I'll spare everybody from that. But thank you so much for all your time. I wish you well. And are you training for anything in particular you like to tell us about?
Sure. Yeah, I'm training for the Monumental Marathon in mid-November. So just trying to, knock on wood, stay injury-free and healthy for another month or so. So we'll try our hand at a marathon in a couple of weeks.
Perfect. And I know the other day you're up pace yourself, our friends generously been able to let us film up there, and I was trying to entice you with the beer, and you're pretty adamant about staying true to your training. So no evil people trying to entice you from that. So keep up the good work, and I wish you a pleasant training block. And thanks again for joining us, and everyone as well. Stay tuned for more exciting episodes on our channel, and I wish everyone a pleasant day.